I would say it looks like it's about 8:30 on a Sunday morning. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, look, it's Lee Pitts from Lee Pitts Live.
Yay!
Yay! Woohoo!
Lee Pitts is host and executive producer of his own show that's turning the big 2-0.
You guys are making me famous.
Hey, welcome home. We watch you. I was watching you last Sunday morning
Oh, that's an
talking
honor.
about your 20 years. How many interviews have you done? 4,000?
4,000. Yeah, we went back and we counted them up and worked out the close to right around 4,000 and not around right 4,003 now though.
Has anybody ever stormed out of the studio and said, "Lee, that is insulting. I'm out of here," and just walked out?
You know, that would
like
I thought he was going to do
that
it.
would have been great television. It didn't quite happen that way. But County Commissioner Don Steelwell, people who Lee County Commissioner, people who watched our show and been watching it for the 20 years or so, they know back in the 90s, he and I used to have a whole lot of back and forth to the degree where he would come on the show and he would say, like one time we had an issue where he was dealing with the performance of the Lee County government, and I asked him, I say, do you think that you should get a salary increase if you don't meet these certain goals that you outlined that Lee County government is going to achieve?
That's a fair question.
And then I said, oh, by the way, how much do you earn anyway?
Yeah.
Oh, he just got outrageous about that. And he said, well, how much do you earn, Lee? And I said, well, you're a county.
Public information.
That's right. You're a public official and so on and so forth. And then he felt that, and he finally gave, and then he said, well, I don't know how much I earn. Then I said,
What?
and then, hey, well, check this out. Check this out, Bill.
ridiculous.
So he said he didn't know how much he earned because he didn't want to discuss his big salary on TV. I said, that bothers me. You handle the budget for the whole Lee County and you don't even know your own salary.
That's a
And,
good comeback.
He wanted to leave on that, but we went back and forth on that. It was a lot of fun. He always was a friend of the show. He would come on and try to do his public relations when there was some controversial things, so we'd always get him on. But this is, hold on, before y'all go farther.
Lee Pitts is taking over the show.
Let me make sure I do this on air.
Okay.
I want to project
All right.
this to you, Bill.
God bless you.
All
And to you,
right.
Carlin.
Look at that,
Thank
And
everybody.
your Lee Pitts Live mugs. I've always
How
wanted to.
about
Right.
And
Cheers.
of course, since my show has turned 20 years old, this is the first exclusive, only interview I'm going to do. Right here,
TV.
Bill and
All
Carlin.
right.
Well, we would hope so.
Tell
Thank you, Lee.
people a little bit about your show. You know, I just kind of moved to the area. I haven't
Okay.
even been here a year yet. So what's kind of the goal of your show? Who do you have on?
Well, my goal, I try to keep it so that I don't have any limitations. So anybody who has something really interesting, of course we do the celebrity things and we do the local celebrities, but we try to make it sort of like your show or like the morning shows where we have a hodgepodge of things happening in the course of a show. This year in 2011, though, I'm going to do more of those old interviews like I used to do, where I used to sit with and guest the whole show. The show over the years has morphed to the point where I may interview 3 different guests in one show. So we're getting back to that as a homage to back in the early 1990s when I would go one-on-one with one guest and we were able to get into some meat and potatoes. So I'm looking forward to that because I personally would like to do hard interviews, but we try to appeal to a wide range of people, so we do the soft
You're a
stuff.
tiger at heart, aren't you, Lee?
Yeah, because I people who watching the show knew I came up as a banker in the area. I was a bank executive, and then I was also a swimming instructor. And so what happened as a result of my notoriety as a swimming instructor, I started being on these television shows all the time, giving swimming tips. And I was on one show, and they offered me, and I think they're going to show a picture of me at the pool. I see they're flashing, but they offered me a gig, say, would you be interested in hosting your own show? You come on, you give these swimming tips, you do a good job. And that was like the far thing from my mind, so I turned it down 3 times, and eventually I took a job working with a low-power station called WBR.
Is that you with hair, Lee?
That's me with hair.
On the left.
The smooth fro.
Wow.
And that's a modern-day version of me right there, and I used to have hair. And,
I heard you say that
so
when you started.
there's me at the pool, too, by the way, Bill.
I heard
Go
you
ahead.
say you had an afro when you first started 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's considered an afro. And by the way, 20 years ago when I started, I
Andrew
was
Young?
only 12 years old, so I'm 32 now.
You look great. Was that you with Andrew Young?
Yeah, that was Andrew Young.
I'll be
I got a
darned.
chance to interview him when he came here to be the keynote speaker at the NAACP banquet. And there's Carl Burnside, making you famous, Carl. You on the Morning Blend. He's the principal at Dunbar High School. And that's the old Lee Pitts with the red jacket in the early
Do you
days.
still have that red jacket?
Good.
It's a little snug, but we got it. That's
You're working it,
Doug
baby.
Steele, the former sheriff McDougal, and Abdul Muhammad of the Quality Life Center, and then Charles Daly, and that's me with a little fro there, and our old studio. Now we got a new look that you can see there.
Oh, with Amy and
you guys
Patrick.
might recognize those two.
Yeah.
I do.
Now I'm going
course.
to ask you on air. I got to get you guys on the show, so
We'll do it.
Can you agree? Okay, TV audience, you saw that Colin and Bill agreed.
We'll
We
do
get the
it.
Yes,
paperwork done.
absolutely.
Okay, so now that you've got us, who would you really like to interview?
see
Who
that-
is your number?
See, Dead or alive?
Either.
Okay, good. See, that's why you're an Emmy Award winner, Bill. You know the questions to
Because
ask.
I know how to interview dead people.
But you know what? I say that because I've been asked that question in recent time, and I would rather interview Abraham Lincoln. And that's when, because I've been reading a lot about the Civil War and just, and certainly when I saw the documentary America: The Story of Us that was on the History Channel.
Yeah.
I was just
That was good.
it was outstanding, must-see TV, right? I tell anybody, go out and get that DVD. I know I should be plugging in here. It was a great history lesson, and I got a great deal of admiration for Abraham Lincoln and what he was able to do in his short term as president, and the fact that he died, you know, he got assassinated shortly after his first term. Just outstanding work in the Civil War.
We can't help you with that one, but anyone that's still alive
Yeah, who
that
are
you
living?
would...
Still alive, I would rather get the opportunity to interview Oprah.
Oprah.
What would you ask Oprah?
I would just ask Oprah, can you give a brother a couple of tips on how to get all those billions?
Well, Oprah, there's his phone number if you're watching this morning.
Call
and
him,
you'd like
Oprah.
to come on. Then you can come on the Morning Blend as well.
And then after that, I'd certainly like to interview the hosts of the Morning Blend. How about that?
You know
Sounds
what I
good.
love
We
about
can
your
make that
show?
happen.
You've got this theme song, and some of the kids don't like it, but I love it. But she's got a jazz singer, and she's singing
Julianne.
like, "You'll be wise if you listen to Lee Pitts Live," something like that.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people noticed the song. She's a jazz singer, Julianne. She's a local jazz singer. She came
love
on
her.
the show, and it's my first time getting a chance to talk about it in public, Bill. I asked her if she could put together a song, and she took Them Their Eyes, the jazz tune, and rapped Lee Pitts Live around and threw some positive words in there. And there it is on the screen.
Well, Lee, thank you. Congratulations on 20 years.
20
honor.
years.
It's an honor,
Okay.
Daddy.
We'll see you on
Everybody-
your show.
everybody
Sundays
tune
at
in.
8:30 here on Fox 4. LPL. You'll love Lee Pitts Live. Hey, no trans fat, gluten-free, or locally grown. We see all sorts of labels on our food.
But do you really know what the labels mean? We break it down to what you need to look for next.
First, those Tuesday morning news headlines.
And then our Fox forecast. And
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
go into the grocery store next.
Oh, yeah. We're taking Lee Pitts Live with us.